Welcome to a deep dive into the world of court administrative officers. We've got some really great resources from RoleCatcher here,
Yeah, we do.
both a career guide and an interview guide.
That's right.
And today, we're going to use those resources to help equip you to absolutely nail that interview.
It's always exciting to be able to help somebody prepare for a career move like this.
Absolutely.
I'm really fascinated by the court system because, it involves such specific procedures and terminology. It's not just like you need general office skills, right?
Right.
There's a whole other layer of specialized knowledge that's required.
Exactly. So let's jump right into RoleCatcher's sample interview questions, because I think that's where you'll find the most immediately useful advice.
Yeah.
We'll sprinkle in insights about the role itself along the way.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds like a plan. Let's tackle those questions.
All right, question number 1. How did you become interested in working as a court administrative officer? Now, this might seem like a simple icebreaker, but the guide points out that the interviewer is looking for something more than just, I need a job.
Yeah. They want to understand what sparks your interest in this specific field. What drew you to the court system as opposed to, other administrative roles.
And the guide's approach section suggests drawing on personal experiences. Have you volunteered at a legal aid clinic? Were you fascinated by courtroom dramas as a kid?
Right.
Those personal touches can make your answer memorable.
It wouldn't hurt to prepare for a potential follow-up question like, what aspects of this role specifically appeal to you?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It shows you've done your research and you understand the day-to-day realities of the job.
Okay, moving on to question 2. What experience do you have working with court documents and legal terminology? Now, this is where some people might start to sweat, especially if they don't have direct experience in a court setting.
Don't panic. The interviewer isn't necessarily expecting you to be a legal expert, especially for entry-level positions. What they're looking for is evidence of your ability to handle complex information and to learn new terminology quickly.
RoleCatcher emphasizes honesty. Highlight any relevant experience you have, even if it's from a different field. Did you organize files meticulously in a previous role?
Right.
Did you proofread important reports? Those experiences demonstrate transferable skills that are valuable in a court setting.
Precisely. And think about how you might answer a follow-up like, can you describe a situation where you had to interpret complex instructions or legal documents? Having a specific example ready to go will show that you can handle the intellectual demands of the job.
And that's where RoleCatcher's AI can really be helpful.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to check out the AI features yet?
I have.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive how it analyzes your responses and provides feedback tailored to the specific job that you're applying for.
It's like having an expert in court administration giving you personalized advice.
I know, it's amazing.
It's really cool. Yeah. And it can identify keywords and phrases that resonate with hiring managers in this field, which can make a big difference in how your application is perceived.
It even compares your answers to a database of successful responses.
Wow.
Highlighting areas where you can strengthen your content or delivery.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, back to those interview questions. Number 3, how do you prioritize tasks when you have multiple projects or assignments to complete? Time management and organization are crucial in any administrative role, but especially in a court setting where deadlines are strict and accuracy is paramount.
They want to see that you can handle a fast-paced environment, stay calm under pressure, and make sound decisions when things get hectic.
The guide recommends using the STAR method here.
Okay.
Situation, task, action, result. Basically, you're telling a concise story about a time you successfully managed a demanding workload. It's a structured way to demonstrate your competence.
And anticipate a follow-up like,
well,
what strategies do you use to stay organized and meet deadlines when faced with competing priorities? Think about specific tools or techniques you use, like to-do lists, calendar reminders, or project management software.
Great advice. Now, this next question gets a bit more personal. Describe a time you had to deal with a difficult or upset customer or client. I think everyone has a story or two they could share here.
The key with this caution is to demonstrate empathy and composure. Court environments can be emotionally charged, so hiring managers want to see that you can de-escalate situations and maintain professionalism even when dealing with challenging individuals.
RoleCatcher reminds us to focus on the positive.
Right.
How did you de-escalate the situation? What steps did you take to find a resolution? Don't dwell on negativity or blame. Highlight your ability to handle conflict constructively.
And be ready for a potential follow-up like, What specific steps do you take to ensure a positive and respectful interaction, even when dealing with someone who is frustrated or upset? This shows you've thought about proactive strategies for handling challenging interpersonal dynamics.
Okay, we're making great progress. Let's move on to question 5. How do you ensure that confidential information is kept secure and protected? This is a big one in any field,
Right.
but especially in a court setting where you're dealing with sensitive legal documents and personal information.
This question is about demonstrating your understanding of data security and discretion.
Right.
They want to see that you're aware of the importance of confidentiality and that you take it seriously.
The approach section suggests highlighting your awareness of relevant laws and regulations.
Right.
If you've dealt with medical records in the past, mention your familiarity with HIPAA.
Right.
It shows you understand the legal framework surrounding data privacy.
And a potential follow-up could be, can you describe a situation where you had to handle sensitive information and what steps you took to ensure its confidentiality?
Ooh, good one.
Have a specific example ready to go that demonstrates your practical experience with data security protocols.
That's a great tip. Now, before we move on to the next question, I want to touch on something from the career guide that caught my eye. It talks about the importance of career stages for court administrative officers.
Ah, yes. It outlines a typical progression from assistant roles to full-fledged officer positions,
Right.
and even into management or supervisory roles down the line.
Yeah.
It's helpful to see how the role can evolve over time.
Exactly. It's not just a job. It's a potential career path.
Right.
And knowing the different stages can help you set goals and envision your future in this field.
It also highlights the importance of continuous learning and professional development. As you move up the ranks, you'll be expected to take on greater responsibilities and more complex tasks.
Okay, let's get back to those interview questions.
Okay.
Number 6 is all about staying current. How do you stay up to date on changes in court procedures and regulations? This one's really testing your commitment to professional growth.
The legal landscape is constantly changing, so it's crucial to show that you're dedicated to staying informed and adapting to new procedures.
The guide suggests mentioning specific resources you use. Do you subscribe to legal journals? Are you a member of professional organizations like the National Association for Court Management?
Yeah.
Do you take online courses?
Yeah.
Sharing those details demonstrates your initiative.
A thoughtful follow-up question they might ask is, can you share an example of a recent change in court procedures or regulations that you had to adapt to?
Okay.
And how did you go about learning and implementing those changes? Having a concrete example will show you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk.
That's great advice. Now, question 7 dives into teamwork and conflict resolution. How have you managed conflict between team members in the past? This is a classic interview question.
You're right.
But it takes on extra weight in a court setting where tensions can run high.
They're looking for evidence of your ability to navigate interpersonal dynamics, facilitate communication, and foster a positive work environment.
RoleCatcher emphasizes staying neutral
Right.
and focusing on solutions. Don't take sides or get bogged down in personal drama. Instead, highlight your ability to mediate disagreements, find common ground, and move the team forward.
A potential follow-up here could be, how do you approach building consensus and encouraging collaboration among team members with differing viewpoints?
Ooh, that's good.
This demonstrates your leadership potential and your understanding of group dynamics.
Excellent point. Okay, we've covered 7 questions so far. Feeling good. Before we tackle the next batch, I want to circle back to RoleCatcher's AI features for a moment. We've talked about how it can analyze your answers and provide feedback.
And don't forget about the Beat the Automated Recruiter module. This is especially important for larger court systems that might use applicant tracking systems to filter resumes.
You're right. It's incredibly helpful to know how those systems work.
Yeah.
And how to optimize your resume to get past those digital gatekeepers.
Exactly.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your resume and make suggestions for improvement, which can significantly increase your chances of getting noticed.
It's all about using technology to your advantage in the job search process.
Okay, back to those interview questions. Number 8 focuses on operational efficiency. How do you ensure that the administrative office runs efficiently and effectively? This is where your organizational skills and attention to detail really shine.
It's about showcasing your understanding of workflow process improvement and overall operational management.
Yeah.
They want to see that you can think strategically and identify areas for optimization.
The guide suggests using concrete examples here. Did you streamline a filing system in a previous role?
Right.
Implement new technology to improve communication? Reorganize office space to increase productivity. Share those achievements to demonstrate your impact.
A potential follow-up that digs deeper into your problem-solving skills could be, can you describe a time when you identified an inefficiency in a process and what steps you took to improve it?
Right.
Having a specific example ready to go will showcase your initiative and your ability to make a tangible difference.
Great point. Now, question 9 is all about leadership. What experience do you have managing a team of administrative staff? If you're applying for a supervisory role, this question is crucial.
It's your chance to showcase your leadership style, your ability to motivate and delegate tasks effectively, and your experience in fostering a positive and productive team culture.
RoleCatcher recommends highlighting specific achievements here. Did you mentor a struggling employee and help them succeed? Implement a successful training program.
Right.
Navigate a challenging team dynamic and bring everyone together. Those are the kinds of stories that impress hiring managers.
And be prepared for a follow-up question like, how do you approach providing constructive feedback and supporting the professional development of your team members? This demonstrates your commitment to investing in the growth of others and fostering a culture of continuous learning.
Okay, deep breath. One last question to go in this section. Number 10. How do you ensure that the administrative office is providing excellent customer service to court personnel and the public? This one's interesting because it combines customer service skills with an understanding of the unique dynamics of a court setting.
It's about demonstrating your commitment to creating a positive and helpful experience for everyone who interacts with the administrative office, whether they're judges, attorneys, or members of the public.
Yeah.
Remember, court environments can be stressful and intimidating for many people.
Absolutely.
So creating a welcoming and supportive atmosphere is essential.
The approach section suggests showcasing your knowledge of customer service best practices. Things like active listening, clear communication, and going the extra mile to resolve issues.
A follow-up that really gets to the heart of your customer service philosophy could be, what steps do you take to ensure that everyone who interacts with the administrative office feels heard, respected, and supported? This shows you're not just focused on tasks. You're focused on people.
Okay, we've officially tackled all 10 questions in this section. Give yourselves a pat on the back. That was a lot of information.
It's a great foundation for anyone preparing for a court administrative officer interview.
Yeah.
We covered a wide range of topics.
Absolutely.
And got a good sense of what those hiring managers are looking for.
But our deep dive isn't over yet. In part 2, we'll explore some additional insights from the career guide and delve into the day-to-day realities of this role. We'll also discuss some broader career strategies and how to leverage your skills and experience to land that dream job.
Looking forward to it. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of court administrative officers.
Yeah, it's great to be back. In part 1, we really focused on those sample interview questions from RoleCatcher. Breaking them down, strategizing how to approach each one.
Yeah.
We covered a lot of ground.
Absolutely.
But there's still so much valuable information in these guides.
So much.
And I think it's time to shift gears a bit.
Okay.
And explore some broader career insights that can help you land that dream job.
All right, let's do it.
Absolutely. The interview is obviously a crucial step, but there's a lot of preparation that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher's Career Guide is packed with advice on crafting a standout resume, building your network, understanding the different career stages within this field.
Let's start with the resume. In today's digital age, your resume often has to pass through an applicant tracking system or an ATS before it even reaches a human recruiter.
Right.
And these systems can be quite picky.
They really can.
Yeah.
That's where RoleCatcher's AI-powered resume builder comes in.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite features.
It's really cool.
I love this.
It's designed to help you optimize your resume for both human readers and those automated systems.
Right.
It analyzes your skills and experience against the specific requirements of court administrative officer roles and suggests targeted improvements.
It's like having a personal resume consultant.
It really is.
But powered by super smart algorithms.
I know, it's wild. For example, it can identify relevant keywords and phrases that resonate with hiring managers in this field.
Right.
Remember, those ATS systems are often scanning for specific terms, so using the right language can make a big difference.
That's a great point. It can also help you showcase your achievements using quantifiable metrics. So instead of just saying you managed a team, you could say you supervised a team of 5 administrative staff and increased productivity by 15%.
Ooh, yeah.
Those numbers really pop and show the impact you made in your previous roles.
Show those numbers. Okay, and speaking of impact, let's talk about networking.
Yes.
It's a crucial part of any job search, but it's especially important in the legal world, where relationships and connections can open doors to opportunities that might not be publicly advertised.
I agree 100%.
The Role Culture Guide has some fantastic advice on networking effectively. Attending industry events is a great way to meet people in the field and learn about different court systems or organizations.
Absolutely. Joining professional organizations like the National Association for Court Management or the American Association for Paralegal Education can also expand your network and provide valuable resources.
And don't underestimate the power of online platforms like LinkedIn. Connect with people who work in court administration.
Yes.
Join relevant groups.
Right.
Engage in conversations about industry trends. You never know where a connection might lead.
You really don't. And networking isn't just about collecting business cards.
Right.
It's about building genuine relationships, sharing knowledge, and learning from others' experiences.
Exactly. And it's about positioning yourself as a knowledgeable and engaged professional in this field. Now let's talk about career stages.
Okay.
The Career Guide outlines a typical progression for court administrative officers,
Right.
starting as assistants, moving up to full-fledged officers,
Yeah.
and potentially even managing teams or overseeing entire departments.
It's encouraging to see that there's room for growth and advancement in this field. It's not a dead-end job. It's a career path with real potential for development.
And each stage comes with new challenges and opportunities.
Of course.
As you progress, you'll be expected to take on greater responsibilities, manage more complex tasks,
Right.
and potentially even supervise other staff members.
The guide provides specific examples of the skills and knowledge required at each level, which can help you set goals and chart your course in this field.
You know, one thing that really stood out to me in the Career Guide was the emphasis on continuous learning and professional development.
Absolutely. The legal landscape is constantly evolving, so staying current is crucial for success in this field.
Yeah.
Whether it's attending conferences, taking online courses, or pursuing certifications, there are many ways to keep your skills sharp and demonstrate your commitment to growth.
And it's not just about acquiring new knowledge.
Right.
It's also about reflecting on your experiences, seeking feedback from mentors,
Yeah.
and constantly striving to improve your craft.
I love that the guide mentions several professional development resources like the Institute for Court Management and the National Center for State Courts
Oh, those are great.
that offer training programs and certifications specifically for court administrators.
Those are excellent resources for anyone looking to advance their career in this field. You know, one thing we haven't touched on yet is the day-to-day reality of working as a court administrative officer.
That's a great point. While we've discussed the skills and knowledge required, it's important to get a sense of what it's actually like to be in the trenches, so to speak.
Yeah, to be in the courtroom.
Yeah.
The Career Guide provides a vivid picture of the daily tasks and responsibilities,
Yes.
highlighting both the challenges and the rewards. It's not always glamorous work,
Right.
but it can be incredibly fulfilling for those who thrive on organization precision and making a tangible difference in the justice system.
And it's certainly not for the faint of heart.
No.
You're often dealing with sensitive information, emotionally charged situations, and tight deadlines. Right.
Resilience and composure are key traits for success in this role.
So let's dive into those day-to-day realities in part 3.
Okay.
We'll explore what a typical day might look like for a court administrative officer, discuss some of the challenges and rewards, and offer strategies for navigating those stressful situations.
Sounds like a plan.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the world of court administrative officers. We've covered interview strategies, resume tips, networking advice. We even touched on career progression. But now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What's it actually like to work as a court administrative officer?
Well, the RoleCatcher Career Guide definitely doesn't sugarcoat things.
No, it does not.
It paints a realistic picture
Right?
of the day-to-day challenges and rewards.
Yeah.
You're stepping into a fast-paced environment where accuracy is paramount, deadlines are strict, and emotions can run high.
So paint us a picture. What might a typical day look like for someone in this role? Well, imagine arriving at the court early, already feeling that buzz of activity. You might start by checking your calendar, reviewing case files, and prepping documents for upcoming hearings or trials.
Yeah.
And throughout the day, you're interacting with such a diverse cast of characters, judges, attorneys, witnesses, even members of the public who might be feeling stressed or confused.
You're not just shuffling papers, you're the glue that holds the whole operation together, ensuring things run smoothly.
Exactly. You might be managing case dockets,
Wow.
scheduling hearings, preparing court orders, or even assisting judges during trials.
That sounds busy.
And all of this while maintaining strict confidentiality and adhering to complex legal procedures.
Sounds like a lot to juggle.
Mm-hmm.
The guide mentions that court administrative officers can be exposed to some pretty intense situations, from emotionally charged family law cases to criminal trials that involve disturbing details. How does someone in this role cope with that kind of exposure?
Well, it's definitely not a job for everyone.
Right.
Resilience and composure are essential traits.
Absolutely.
The guide emphasizes the importance of self-care, setting boundaries, and finding healthy ways to de-stress outside of work.
Makes sense. You can't pour from an empty cup, as they
Mhm.
say. What are some practical tips for maintaining work-life balance and avoiding burnout?
Well, it starts with recognizing your limits
Right.
and setting realistic expectations. Don't be afraid to delegate tasks,
Mm-hmm.
ask for help when needed,
Yeah.
and prioritize your well-being, taking regular breaks, engaging in physical activity,
Right.
spending time with loved ones. These are all essential for staying grounded and managing stress.
What about finding fulfillment in this kind of work? It can't all be about deadlines and difficult people, right?
Absolutely not. Despite the challenges, most court administrative officers find deep satisfaction in knowing they're contributing to the administration of justice.
Yeah.
They're playing a vital role in upholding the law, ensuring fairness, and helping people navigate a complex system.
So it's a job with a real sense of purpose.
Yes, and for those who thrive on organization, precision, and making a tangible difference, it can be incredibly rewarding. You're not just pushing papers, you're impacting lives.
That's a powerful thought. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to thank you for sharing your insights. We've covered a lot of ground, from nailing that interview to navigating the day-to-day realities of this demanding but fulfilling career.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listeners out there, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope this conversation has provided you with valuable insights and practical advice as you embark on your journey towards a rewarding career as a court administrative officer. Remember, RoleCatcher is an invaluable resource, packed with tools and information that can guide you every step of the way.
Best of luck in your job search.